Hello everybody, yet another shitty fat biker coming to you from Michigan's C&NW Peninsula. And today we're going to go look at something a little bit special. We are currently going to go look at a 1908 steam locomotive. Now, this thing's been up here for, I want to say, a good solid 40 or 50 years, just sitting there. It is a 1908 R1 class Chicago and Northwestern steam locomotive. It was bought back in the 60s to be used as a tourist train on one of the many abandoned C&NW railroads. But unfortunately, money ran out too early and the idea was scrapped. So this locomotive sat here for half of its life with a locomotive that's actually currently being restored in Wisconsin. And was inside of a shed that eventually fell down. When the shed collapsed, they took all the furnishings and fixings off of it. So now you have what we see in front of us here today. Now, it's my understanding that as of recently, this locomotive has actually been bought by the Steam Railroading Institute in Owosso, which operates an old Paramore-Kett locomotive. Now, it's my understanding that they've planning on getting this thing back into operating condition at some point or another. I mean, as you can see, it's seen better days for sure, but as we've seen with so many other old locomotives like this, anything's possible. Now, it's not got its original tender. This is a Northern Pacific tender that was put on at some point in the past. I don't know what happened to the original tender, and I haven't been able to find anything online. And you can see the location that it's at. This is the Quincy Smelter. So this was originally the smelting location for all the copper that came out of the Quincy Mine Complex in Hancock and that surrounding area. Now, this is the largest steam locomotive in the copper country, and from what I've come to understand, it's only going to be here for a little while still. So if you want to come see it for yourself, it's down at the Quincy Smelter, right on the other side from the portage. You can pretty easily come down here. I'm walking on the snowmobile trail right now. You can see the slag pile up there. It's all the old molten rock from the copper smelting process, pretty easily from the highway going past Mount Ripley. It's pretty easy to find. Again, this is a huge complex that you can see right from downtown Houghton. So back when the smelter was in business, they used this trestle right here to carry the loads of molten slag across this, which used to be a train track for the Sioux line. And they would carry it over there and dump it out onto the slag pile. And there's actually still old switches and stuff on top of that pile from, I want to say this shut down in the 1960s or 1970s. There used to be 4 smokestacks coming out of it. All but one of them have fallen down as the buildings just kind of decomposed over time. I honestly don't know all that much about the rest of these buildings in here. It's a really old complex, and they actually just recently opened it up for tours in the summertime, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to get in for one for a little while. So that about does it for this episode of the 906 Adventure. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.